My name's Grant Cardone. This is the Cardone Zone every day, every damn day. I'm going to show you how to get money a lot cheaper than this. Hey, get yourself in a position to sit in that chair right there. Are you the solution or are you the problem?
Yeah, well, we're talking about what does it take?
They don't know you, and they're not thinking about you. They do
forgot
know
you.
you, and they're not thinking about you.
They forgot you. My name's Grant Cardone. You are in the Cardone Zone, where I wake you up, I shake you up, I punch you in the face, but mostly, I'm that good uncle.
What's happening, Grant Cardone?
Yeah, what's happening, man? You got a deal or you got a question?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jared Glant right here on the Cardone Zone, where every Thursday at noon East Coast Standard Time, we do Young Hustlers. This show is about finding that young hustle inside of you, whether you're 18 or whether you're 55. There is a hustle inside of you that is young, and it's strong, and it's long, and we're going to help you find it. That's what we do on the show. We help feed the beast here. And every week we bring you shows that have to do with how you can make more money, how you can earn more money, how you can be more confident, how you can get more of the things that you want out of life. I came to work for Grant when I was 26 years old, and being able to work with him in close proximity and just watch how he operates, consume his training and material, really firsthand. It completely changed everything in my life. Today I'm a multi-millionaire. And I come on this show every week so that I can share with you some of the ideas, strategies, and tips of things that I've seen and I've used in my own life to get me where I want to go. So I hope you're ready to roll today because I got a good show. This is 3 life tips that you must know if you want to get ahead in life. So a lot of people call in, by the way, 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. If you got questions, we take live calls on this show here. If you're listening on iTunes, make sure that you rate and you review the podcast. We love the reviews there. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, pop your comments there. We love to engage with you, and you can follow me at Jared Glant on any of the platforms. So 3 life tips that you must know. These 3 tips are probably what I would say some of the most fundamental things that you must understand if you want more out of life. I guess the first question is, do you want more in life? Do you want more in life? Do you sit up at night and think, man, I should be further along than I am? Do you sit up and think, man, I'm not as happy as I feel like I should be? Do you feel like money is always a problem for you and you're trying to figure out how to solve it? These 3 things that I am going to share with you today are fundamental for you to get on track to getting out of that situation. Number 1, you are a salesperson. No matter how good you're at it, no matter how bad you're at it, no how much you despise salespeople or how much you love salespeople, the first thing that you must confront in life is that you are a salesperson. You will never win an argument with me about you being a salesperson, because it literally affects everything around you. Now, it may not be packaged as I'm selling you something, but every interaction that you have with a person requires a sale. A sale is made, right? An opinion is shared or transferred. Somebody's influenced or persuaded or changed. Like every interaction that you have, whether you're at the grocery store, whether you're at the gym, whether you're in your office, whether you're on the phone with a customer, whether you're calling and you're trying to get a service, no matter what you're doing in life, when you are dealing with another person and one of you wants something, a sale must be made. So the sooner that you can confront this, you don't have to love it. That's probably the biggest takeaway about this one thing. You do not have to like the fact that you're a salesperson. You don't have to like selling. You can think it's cheesy or sleazy or whatever you want to say about sales. But at the end of the day, sales is what life is about. It's about talking, it's about communicating, it's about persuading. We have programs that go like miles down deep into the Earth's core about this. We have an online program called Cardone University. You can get access to it. We teach you everything about sales, follow-up, closing a deal, negotiating, phones, all the hard stuff, the skill-based stuff around sales, cardoneu.com. You can get that for $99 a month, no contracts. But it all starts with this first idea that you are a salesperson. You're selling with your husband or your wife. You're selling with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You're selling with your kids. You're selling with your parents. Everything you do in life is a sale. So once you get to the point where hopefully I've done a good enough job of communicating that. You guys think I've done it yet? You think I need a little bit more? Okay. Do you have a job? I'm asking you, the listener, right now. Do you have a job? How did you get that job? You submit an application. At what point did they bring you in for an interview? Okay. When you go through the interview, if you want the job, do you think that there requires some bit of selling in order to be chosen over the next person? What about when they give you your job offer and your job offer is $10,000 less per year than you need to be paid? Does a sale take place there? What if you don't say anything and you decline the position? Was a sale made? Of course a sale was made. So like this sales thing, it affects everything that you do in life. And you can actually replace sales, if this is easier for you to understand, maybe to palate, like take sales and replace it with communication. Everything in life is communication. Communication, sales, just think of those as equal things. So number one thing is you must accept the fact that you are a salesperson and you are in full control over how well developed that skill becomes for you. This is a really empowering thing for me because, you know, I'm not probably the most aggressive person. I'm not, you know, there were points where I definitely was not the most confident person. But what gave me confidence was in my ability to know that I could get what I wanted because I started learning about this thing called sales. And so this show is obviously, it's about sales, but if you're in a sales job right now and you're like, I hate it, this sucks, like you're never gonna get away from it. Like I just wanna, like, I gotta get you to like make the decision that this is just something that will always be there. I don't like exercising, but I got to go to the gym all the time if I want to stay in shape. Eventually, at some point, you just have to confront the fact that the gym is never going to go away. Exercise is never going to go away unless you want to be, you know, an overweight slob, which nobody does. So number one life tip that you must know, you are a salesperson. The sooner you can confront this and at least act with it and live with it, the sooner that you will get out of whatever place you're in life that is not where you want to be, less than ideal. Number two. This is the big knee-jerker of the whole deal. If you're a salesperson, you get this, you understand this. If you're one of the few people who just decided that, wow, hey, maybe I am a salesperson, commissions equal freedom. A lot of people ask, they're like, hey, what's a great job that I could get? You know, what's the difference between a salary and commission? I mean, all of my DMs, I try to answer as many DMs as I can with questions like this about jobs and their situations. And everybody's like, what do you think about commission jobs? Let me just tell you, a commission is a scenario where your compensation is paid to you based on a percentage of the volume of sales that you make. You get paid a percentage of a transaction. You get paid a dollar amount per unit sold. So maybe like you sell phones and you get paid $15 per phone that you sell, or you know, you sell a $1,000 phone and you get 10% of the value of the value of the transaction, so you'd make $100. So in any of those scenarios, like those are the traditional forms of commission. But there are a lot of other commissions in life too. Like, you know, if I'm a good dad and I have a good relationship with my son, that's a commission, right? If I have I go to the gym, I get in shape, that's a commission. You know, I take my wife out on a nice date and we have like date night together and, you know, we have a better relationship because of it. It's a commission, right? So commission is basically you receiving anything. This is a big question, is people that believe that because they're on a salary, they are not getting a commission. Okay? What happens if you don't do your job well? Do you lose your job? You know, what happens if over a period of time you continue to underperform? Like everything is a commission. Like people have this big this big push off from commission. Commission equals freedom. You know, like if you're in a salary job right now, and this people ask this question all the time. If you're in a salary job right now, what is your pathway to make more money? A lot of you feel trapped right now where you're at. A lot of you feel trapped. You're like, how do I make more money? Because you don't have the opportunity to go and do more and produce more and create more and be more committed and be rewarded for it. Like you're paid based on showing up. This is a massively important concept that you all need to understand. When we get back from the break, I'm going to go in. We got callers loaded up on the phones. This is Young Hustlers. We'll be right back.
If you don't have more money coming in, whether it's an individual or a business, you cannot save more money and you will never have money to invest. I want to help you in this webinar, show you how to increase your income, how to find customers that will pay you more money. I want to invite you to come to my How to Increase Your Income webinar. This is the most important thing I've done in my entire career. Who does the best webinars in the world? Grant Cardone does, and everybody knows it.
Was getting a degree in college not all it was cracked up to be? Has getting a degree let you down? 4 years of learning skills that don't make you any money? Promotions, raise, your paycheck. Sales is the key. Sales can open the door to all of these things. Are you ready to invest in your future? Let Cardone University open the door to your future. Grant Cardone has now made accessible years of experience into a comprehensive system that encapsulates proven techniques into an online platform. Accessible 24/7, learn at your own pace.
Look, if you're a professional and are required to take continuing education courses, my award-winning training have been approved for your continuing education credits by some of the largest accrediting bodies in the world today.
Take the step onto a new level. Achieve the goals you set for yourself and surpass all of your expectations. Go to CardoneU.com and join those who have gone before you through the door of success and claim the prosperity you deserve. Cardone University.
For 30 years, I've been investing in real estate. These are large multifamily apartment complexes around the United States that are cash flow positive when we buy them. 97% of my net worth is invested in these properties because I believe in them that much. For the last 12 months, I have been working with the SEC to provide non-accredited investors the opportunity to invest alongside me. If you like the idea of investing in real estate but don't have the time to manage it, you like the idea of investing cash into real assets but don't have time to find the deals, manage the deals, fund the deals. Maybe you don't even know where to start looking. And regardless of what your decision is, let me just say to you that the best financial advice I can give anyone today is what has worked for me. Look forward to you investing with us. I look forward to you being a partner. By the way, this is not a REIT. This is a real asset. You're a partner with me in the exact asset that we're buying. Okay? Good luck investing.
See, some people get uncomfortable with silence, but you got to know that silence is your friend. Silence is golden. Wow. Deep, right? Hey, we're back. This is Young Hustlers every Thursday, noon East Coast Standard Time. We come here, we talk about sales, money, getting what you want, getting what you deserve out of life, and selling. I'll tell you, selling changed this guy's life forever. And he didn't always love it, did you?
Hated it.
Hated sales.
Who likes sales? Nobody likes sales.
But
except, I know some of you guys out there say, oh, I like sales. No, you like the money that comes with the game.
So for a lot of people, like he's saying, like, if you didn't have to be a salesperson, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. It's like somebody said to me the other day, they're like, man, I said, dude, you like shortcuts. He's like, no, I don't. I said, you're a liar. You're a liar. Everybody likes shortcuts, dude. Don't be a liar and a shortcutter. Everybody wants a shortcut. Nobody wants to sell anything.
Yeah.
What would you rather have? Somebody take an order? Please post in comments below. Would you rather have somebody order something from you and then say, hey, I'd like to have 100 of those sent to my house every week? Or do you want to actually go through a sales process? Let's just be honest.
Yeah. So what we're talking about today is that number one, everybody's a salesperson.
Yeah.
Number two, commission.
Is that what we're talking about today?
Commission is the only way to have true freedom.
Yeah.
And that number three, salespeople are responsible for everything that happens in this
On this
planet.
plantito, okay? Everything that happens, every Thursday, by the way, every Thursday we come to you to talk about your sales game. That's why we call this Young Hustlers, because regardless of your age or your sex or your politics,
Selling's important.
you better sell, okay? Now, I was watching Michael Cohen last night. I watched 7 hours of this garbage last night.
Wow, really?
Get grilled by Congress, okay? Like what a waste of time, okay? What a waste of time. 7 hours asking a guy questions. And I'm like, the whole time, all I can think about is, dude, he lied to everybody.
Yeah.
Now, if you've lied to people, they're not going to trust you, okay? If you get caught in a lie in a sale, they're not going to buy from you. Even if they do buy it, by the way, they're always going to feel later like, but did he lie to me? So, like, you got to get your reputation. One thing we don't do here is we don't lie to people.
That's right.
Okay, we make mistakes, but we don't lie to people. We over-promise and we over-deliver. Doesn't mean we always do it right, but we're out there pitching and selling every day. We're transparent here. We want to help you on Young Hustlers. Jared, this year, 2019, we want to make this the best sales year you have.
And that's what we talked about at the beginning of the year. We were like, hey, really get this down to where every week these people are getting something. The viewers of this show are getting something that, like, it has to do with sales. It has to do with making money. It has to do with getting them closer to
Handling
where they want to go.
objections, closing the deal, negotiating. That's what we do here every week. By the way, if you don't want to wait to every Thursday to get your sales questions answered, grab Cardone U. Cardone U, all new platform, all new content, all new information. Everything from, hundreds and hundreds of hours, literally 35 years of knowledge dropped in one place that 10,000 people signed up for just in the last 30 days.
Yeah, and,
Okay.
and that comes along with a Facebook community. It's called Cardone U Connect. It's where you can go and actually connect with people that are also in similar places as you. They want to do better. They want to do more. And so it's a great way to network. And then we go in there and we answer sales questions, go live.
They say the best person to sell is the salesperson, right? So what we're going to do with our Facebook page is put a bunch of salespeople and sales managers together in an industry and all sharing your questions, your problems, your solutions, your support for one another. We want to create the largest support staff and community for professional salespeople
on planet Earth.
on the earthy, okay? I just want to stop in and say hi to you, man. We're here for
Always-
you every
always
day, guys.
appreciate it.
CardoneU.com. By the way, you can get CardoneU.com right now for
$99.
less than a cup of coffee. I paid $4.58 for this cup of coffee.
Oh, dude, they're jacking on you, huh?
Yeah, something
You
like
don't have the workaround anymore?
No, I got to work around.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to work around. But look, guys, what would you do for information? Okay, when you're in a deal, you're negotiating. You're going to negotiate a jet for your family. You know, $3 or $4 million on that purchase could make a difference. Sure. Just getting seat upgrades or another paint job at the third year, or maybe you get a $500,000 credit for engine repairs because it's going to happen, right? Like, do you know how to negotiate? Do you know that when you negotiate with somebody, what are you talking about today?
I'm just talking about 3 life tips.
Okay,
Like,
good.
3
He's going to
things
give you
gotta-
3 tips on sales today. Every week, 52 weeks, we're going to give you a tip on sales that will make you a better salesperson. You have to negotiate. If you're buying a plane, you're buying a car, you're buying a house, you're getting a mortgage, you're going to negotiate some multifamily deals. How you negotiate will determine whether or not you get a great deal, a good deal, or you get screwed, punched up in the And you don't want that to happen to you and your family, so you got to get your game on.
And that's why I said that's like literally the first step of this is knowing that every person is a salesperson. And it's not about selling you a phone. It's just about living in life. When I go to the grocery store, when I want to buy a car, when I buy a house, when I get a
Yeah.
loan, when I buy
You don't buy cars and
vaca-
houses, but
I'm just saying,
You
know,
might-
like
you might be-
everything you buy
Yeah.
requires you to communicate with somebody. So-
exactly. And communication and sales. My kids are selling me all the time, right?
So I just simplify it like this. Number
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
do you communicate with other people?
Yeah, do you?
Yes or- yes or
I
no?
do. Yes, I do. Raise
Okay.
your hand. Post
Do-
in comments. Yes, I communicate with
and
other
then,
people.
And then, would you rather get your way or not?
Yes, I would.
I'd
Post
rather
in
get my
comments.
way.
I'd rather get in my
Good.
way.
I'd rather get my own way. So then, like, that is sales.
And
It's
some
not-
of you don't get your way. You get in your way.
Yeah.
Some of you are like, oh, I'm worried about so and so. You don't need to worry about so and so. You need to worry about you getting in your way, like right? And the world is going to get in your way, folks. They will get in your way. Everybody's going to get in your way. You know why? Because they're in their own way. They can't. I remember a man telling me one day. I was telling Jared this morning. I said, I remember. I was looking at some pictures from the Growth Conference, and I walked down stage. There was 35,000 people there. I remember a guy told me, you will never be able to
To take your
cross
message to a
over
big, yeah.
and speak to the mass audiences, okay? We just spoke to 35,000 people. It was a $10 million event. It was a productive, profitable event. It's the largest entrepreneur conference. Probably 60% of the people in the room were salespeople or network marketers or entrepreneurs of some sort, or business people. Everybody in that room selling something though, okay? 500 of them signed up to come to a workshop that we're doing for 3 days, the end of March.
Boot camp, yeah.
Is today March? Are we in
Yeah,
March?
no, today's March 20th, February 20th.
Okay, but but tomorrow, kiss the ring all month because legends are made in March.
That's right.
And this is my birthday month. Okay, so March 28th, 3 days right here in Miami. We're going to take a deep dive on what goes on here at Cardone headquarters. That we're able to have a little tiny business here that does $100 million a year. Okay, so if you guys want to be part of that, I think we got 30 or 40 seats left? 30 or 40 spots left. It's a very intimate. We've gone from 35,000 to about 500 people. That's a very intimate. We give you the deep dive looky into crannies and the crooks. You get to look in and see the earwax and how we market and how we manage activities and how we do little tricks on lists and closings and offers and products and the genius that goes on behind this very fast-moving machine that we have here. So we'd love to have you part of that. GrantCardone.com, GrantCardoneBootcamp.com. Jared, I always love being. I'm missing the Thursdays with you, man.
Yeah, I know.
You were out there doing Ryan Dice's deal.
Yep, and Russell's deal, yeah.
Russell's deal, and then you went and saw Pete Vargas, right?
All of these guys are partners with ours. They just all had big events.
And all these guys are big ClickFunnels, Russell, digital marketing.
Digital marketer for Ryan, and then 10X stages for Pete
Yeah,
Vargas.
but if you talk to all three of these guys, they're going to all tell you, hey, dude, what you guys do, combining landing pages, websites, telephones, personal visits, stages, nobody does it better than my company. I mean, I'm just telling you. Okay? Couple things I do great. One is that this company's doing great. I mean, I got a lot of improvements I could do on a lot of things. I could let you talk more. But dude, we do a good job at this company.
Sure.
I got great people around me. We're all on the same page.
And let me just tell you that no matter how good, this was a great realization that I had at Traffic and Conversion, which is all marketing. They don't talk about sales. They don't talk about salespeople. They talk about marketing. And one of the conversations that I always ended up in, and they're like, how do you guys do so much? I say, because we hire people that can get on the phone and sell.
Yeah.
And if you are the best marketer in the world, but you don't have anybody on the phone that can help push somebody over the edge, then your business is operating less than 50% of what it could be. I guarantee you.
Promise you.
And,
Okay?
and when you start bringing people in and you put them in a sales role, Natalie knows her team's awesome at this. Like, they turn customer service issues into sales.
Yeah.
Like, our sales guys are constantly selling every day. We have Johnny's out selling our stuff. Like we've created a sales culture in our
that
business.
only happens by accident, though.
Because anybody who communicates with our company, anybody who communicates, we have an opportunity to get them more products to help them in a deeper way.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody in our office, they would not classify themselves as a salesperson. They communicate with people, and then we compensate them for doing that. So
Stay with us. Jared's going to share 3 things that we do here every day. Love to have you at the boot camp. You still got time to get there. Remember, legends were born in March. If you don't have more money coming in, whether it's an individual or a business, you cannot save more money and you will never have money to invest. I want to help you in this webinar, show you how to increase your income, how to find customers that will pay you more money. I want to invite you to come to my How to Increase Your Income webinar. This is the most important thing I've done in my entire career. Who does the best webinars in the world? Grant Cardone does, and everybody knows it. $10 million to put on this event, somewhere around $10 million, probably over that, I just don't want to admit it.
No one fills up a stadium with 35,000 people for personal development.
They're not only coming back, it's growing.
So to be here and to be able to listen to several, you're going to get so much information.
And I think what Grant Cardone has done maybe better than any person in the world is he has empowered people. He's 10x them.
The fact that Grant is around all these people, I know he's doing something right.
We just came from Poland, from Romania.
Coming all the way from Israel.
I'm from Italy. We are very excited to see Grant Cardone.
I've been following Grant for about 6 months, and it's been the craziest 6 months of my life.
Ever since I started following Grant, my money's doubled.
We've had 300% growth in our business. In 1 year, we've increased our sales by $250,000. A few years ago, I was in a car accident. I hit a tree at 120 miles an hour. I woke up not knowing 10 years of my life, so I was lost. I went from just being a leasing consultant with a $25,000 income, now I'm making 6 figures, and it wouldn't have been possible without Grant Cardone.
Something's really wrong with Grant. He's so crazy, man, but his craziness is so compelling. I'm attracted to crazy people, because in order to be successful, it's got to be something wrong with you.
It's possible to live your dream if you work hard, if you're consistent, if you follow the Cardones.
But you can no longer afford to play small, to think small, or to act small.
So you guys could leave here and say, I just went to the best conference I've ever been to.
Sales affects everything in your life. That's really what we're talking about today, is like, you have to confront the concept that selling is not going to go away. And you need to decide that you're either going to run away from it because you can't confront it, you're going to do it and hate it, or you're going to do it and get great at it. Like there are very few salespeople. If I didn't have to sell for my job, I wouldn't. If I could make a couple $1,000,000 a year doing something that didn't require me to like chase people down and put deals together and get into tough situations and tough negotiations and people, cussing at each other and, like really aggressive situations, if I didn't have to do that, I wouldn't. But I know that it's a way for me to have freedom in my life, and it's a way for me to get where I want to go in life. So if you're in a sales job, I don't want you to ever for a second doubt that you are in the right role. You may not like it all the time. You have full permission to do that. But never doubt that you're doing the right thing, because selling will give you the ability to take control of your income and go wherever you want. The third point today, number 1, is you are a salesperson no matter what. Number 2, commission structures and pay plans equal freedom. They're not a trap. They're not it's not a risk. The biggest risk for me is getting paid less than I'm worth because I'm locked into a salary. Like if you're on a team with 25 people and everybody's getting paid 30 grand a year, like how do I know that I'm not working and I'm not twice as valuable as them? How do I know I'm not showing up earlier, staying late, or being more effective on calls, or whatever the thing is throughout the day? Like a salary is a trap. It's a more of a trap for me than anything that you could say is show up to work, you don't have the opportunity to make more money, you're never gonna make more money than this no matter how hard you work, this is all that you're gonna get paid. Dude, that sounds like a prison. It forces you into mediocrity. Okay? Commission gives you the opportunity to change things. So everything changed for me. When I took my first commission-only job, I had no guarantee. I took commission-only. First time I took that, everything changed for me because I realized that now I was in control of the income. And I encourage you to get control of that too because money's kind of important, right? And then the final thing, salespeople drive entire economies. Salespeople have gotten a bad rap, but salespeople create everything on this planet that happens, that's good, that's big, that's massive, that everybody knows about is created by a salesperson. Mark Zuckerberg, that required him to sell. First, it required him to steal because he stole the idea for Facebook, but then he had to go sell it to people. He had to go sell it to VC companies. He had to go sell it to the public. He had to go sell it to the lawyers and the whole thing was a sales pitch. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban, Grant Cardone, the common thread is sales is a part of everything that they do. You cannot get away from this. You have my permission not to love it, but you do not have my permission not to confront it. You have to confront it. I don't mind if you don't like doing it, but you have to confront it and you have to do it. Because I promise you, it changed my life forever. It got me, there's no way at 35 years old, I'd be making over $1 million a year if I was in a job that didn't require me to sell. Period. I can say that with pretty solid certainty. Even if I was like a lawyer or a doctor or something, I mean, I don't know a lot of doctors and lawyers that make more than $1 million a year, you know? But they still got to sell. They got to get the job. They got to negotiate the salary. So I hope you're getting this. You can't ever get away from it. And you will go through times where you're like, I hate sales, I hate selling. And that's okay. But you can't ever abandon it because I promise you it's the one thing that will take you anywhere you want to go in life, and it will actually put you in more control than any other financial situation you can conjure up. Natalie, let's go to some callers.
All right, you got Emmanuel in Orlando.
Emmanuel, what's going on?
Hey, Jared, how's it going, buddy?
It's going great, man. Good to have you on the show.
Hey, thanks. I was on the show a little while ago, right before the GrowthCon. I was talking to you about the Rotary Club.
I vaguely remember it.
Yeah. So basically, you kind of told me to set a target of meeting 3 people a week. Then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, take it down to a smaller, more incremental thing that you can do. How'd that work out?
Awesome, man. Look, I've been meeting I've put it in my 10X planner to meet 5 people a week. So I've been meeting a lot of people at my club, and then I've also been bouncing over to other clubs and just paying the $20 for breakfast and meeting a bunch of people there. But I wanted to just say thank you first, and then I ended up that I got a speaking engagement, from another club. I was speaking to one of their presidents. So he wanted me to talk to the club about Facebook advertising, which is a little bit of what I do. And so I guess my question is, it is an older demographic. I think they're anywhere between 50 to 70, average age of the club. So when you and Grant are going to present to these, big companies, what are you customizing these presentations to them, or kind of what are you guys thinking when you're going into these presentations?
Yeah, so I mean, the idea is that you have one presentation on a topic that is tested and it works and it's consistent because it helps you become a better presenter doing it that way. But a lot of times when we do presentations, we're creating them for that specific group, I would focus on keeping it very simple. I would focus on not getting too deep into what you're doing. The biggest thing that if you actually want to get business out of the presentation, you need to show them how easy it is to understand, how it's a little bit complicated to do it, but how they have the option to do it either on their own or with you.
Okay, yeah, and so you're so maybe you want to more talk about the concept of it, not the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't want to go too deep on an audience that probably isn't gonna have any idea, because then they'll just check out. You have to. I would break it into 3 tactical things that you can teach that are easy to understand and are quantifiable, because that'll be a really good thing for somebody to grab onto. Is they're hey, I did this and I got this. If you ask them a question, how many of you in your career have ever spent money on the radio, the TV, billboards, or the newspaper.
Got it.
Yeah. Everybody's going to raise their hand. And then you say, my goal in the next 35 minutes is to show you how there is a new medium for advertising today that is 18 times more effective, and you actually can tell real time how your ad's working and if people like it. What if you could actually create an ad on a billboard that changed as people saw it? Well, what do you mean? Well, what if that ad only went to the female drivers? What if that ad only went to people that, you know, we're in the medical industry? Like, what if, right? So there's some big ideas that you can use that will help somebody go, wow, dude, this is a huge opportunity. And then you gotta add enough simplicity so people can understand it, but enough complexity so that they don't want to do it on their own.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And then you just got to make sure at the end of your deal, you're like, look, you've got 2 options. You got 3 options. You got 2 sets of 2 choices. How about that? So number 1 is you can do nothing. You can keep doing what you're doing. Or number 2, you can change. You can try something new that you haven't done before, maybe that you haven't done well, and you may open up a brand new source of advertising and revenue for your business that you never had before that could totally change your business. That's the first decision you need to make. The second decision you need to make is you can try to go do this on your own. This is my business. I've been doing this for a few years. It took me a long time to figure all this out. You can do it on your own. But if you're like most successful people, then you like to collapse time. And if you like to collapse time and get things done faster, then I'd like to offer you my services.
I see. Okay. Awesome, man.
Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call, man. Good luck. Next caller.
All right, you got Alexander in Barcelona.
Alexander from Barcelona.
What's going on, J Money?
Yo, what's happening, man?
Yo, what's up? So check this out. First of all, I want to thank you and Grant for making it possible for me from making 15K a year to making 15K in a month.
Damn, son!
We're 10Xing. You already know. And the thing is, I have a question regarding uncertainty.
Okay.
Because right now, I have like a sales organization. I mean, it's a one-man show, actually. It's just me, right? And I'm into sales. And I'm trying to grow that, right? I'm trying to expand into bigger offices, making more sales, building all these follow-up systems, email sequences, marketing, etc.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I have a YouTube channel, right? And my end goal is to make money off of YouTube and transition from sales to YouTube. And, you know, it's like opposite ideas. And I don't know, this makes me have a lot of mood spikes, feeling, you know, great one day, like miserable the next one. And I don't actually know, like, it makes me basically have poor performance and not being constant. So what advice would you give me for my situation?
Yeah, so what I would do is I'd find the thing that makes you the most money, and I'd go all in on that. Like, just go all in, deep, burn the ships, like, you know, 7 days a week. Like, go all in on that thing and start building that out. Like, people try to add a second thing before the first thing is even, like, not just built, but stabilized. So, like, what that means is, like, you should be able to build that first flow up to the point where you have enough people to where you can step away from it, and the business will continue to operate. It has to be stabilized, right? Then it allows you to go do the other thing and go all in on that. But when you separate and you start trying to chase different things, and then there's another little deal over here, and then you start getting spread out, and it dilutes yourself. And so if you can go all in on one area, start hiring people, bring that thing up to the point where it's stabilized, then look at your next thing and tackle that.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds perfect. Oh, well, so thank you very much for your advice, Jared.
Yeah, hey, let me ask you this question. Have you ever been to the restaurant Llamber?
Say that again?
Llamber, the restaurant in Barcelona?
Oh, I don't actually know it.
You don't actually know it?
No, I mean I was at the 11 in Miami during the 10X Growth Camp, but I don't know about the rest in Barcelona.
Oh, are you from? Okay, all right. Thanks for the call. You think that was a fake accent?
He sounded like he was from Panama.
He was more likely from Catalonia, I think is what they call it. Catalonia. That's the. They're trying to secede from. It's just a whole issue over there, but.
That's a weird language. All right, you got Ocean in Dublin.
Ocean in Dublin. Welcome to Young Hustlers. What's happening?
Hi, I just wanted to ask you a question, that's all right. I'm 18 and I feel like everybody shut me down on the phone with sales for being that young because they can hear my age.
Yeah, that's how, dude, if you would have told me you were 18, I would have had no idea how old you were.
Okay. So I just have a problem with the fear and the initial calls and everything.
Yeah. How long you been doing it?
I'm doing it for about a month now.
How many calls you make a day?
I make about 20 to 30 because I have school and etc. So
yeah, you know, it's really crazy. It's really crazy because this one time I decided I wanted to go play basketball with Michael Jordan. Dude, kicked my ass. Dude, you know why? Dude, you're right where you're supposed to be, dude. Like, you're supposed to be terrible right now. Like, you're just starting something new. Like, you've never done it before. It's like you can't expect that you're going to be able to master something and be confident. Like, I'll just tell you this: an appropriate timeline for you needs to be like call me back in a year and a half.
Okay.
Try to get to 200 calls a day. If you can get to 200 calls a day, you will significantly decrease. Like I just said with the previous caller, like if you're most successful people try to find ways to collapse time. If you want to collapse time and get somewhere faster, then you need to find leverage. Like you need to find a way to leverage skills, abilities, resources to get you where you want to go faster. So if you want to get there faster, then you need to increase the call volume significantly. You need to get to like 200 calls a day. Do 200 calls a day. 200 calls a day for 6 months, call back, you will be a different freaking person.
So what you're saying is, so if I go to have my plans during the day with school, etc., would it be possible to call later on, even to 2 o'clock, like Australia and places like that? Would you recommend against that or something like?
Dude, I'd recommend doing whatever it takes to make 200 calls a day to people that could actually do business with you. Don't overcomplicate it right now. Don't try to go to chapter 17 when you just open the book. Like open the book and read the first page. The first page says make 200 calls a day, whatever it takes. Make sure they're people that are in your market that actually have the propensity to do something with you, but make 200 calls every day. In 6 months from now, like you will be a different person, I promise you.
Okay.
We hire, let me just tell you this. We hire in our company, we hire people that have between 5 and 10 years of sales experience when they come here. So these aren't new salespeople. And it takes them about 90 days for a professional salesperson. It takes them about 90 days to figure out how to make calls.
But I just want to ask you one more question. When you were at the beginning, how did you, figure out that this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to stick at it for this period of time, no matter how much hate or things you got from your...
Because I asked myself, are other people making money using the phone to sell? And then I said yes. So then I figured if they can do it, I can do it. And it just becomes up to you then. And then you accept responsibility for it and just say, hey, it doesn't not work for me. I just haven't made it work yet. And so you just need to flip it. And then first thing is volume and frequency. That's the first thing that you need to work out. The second thing is you can work on your skill.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Appreciate the call, Ocean. All right, any more callers? All right, cool. So, dude, 3 things that you must know right now, 3 life tips that you must know now. You've got to confront them now. You have to accept them now. You have to grill them into your DNA now, today, because as we go through this show this year, we're going to start stacking things on top of this. And if you don't have this fundamental understanding of these 3 things, it will be very hard for you to build your empire. Number 1 is you are a salesperson. You won't be able to get away from it ever in life, so don't even try. Accept the fact that at times you're not going to like it, but do it anyways. Number 2, commission is like a savior. It's your salvation. It is like the ultimate target. If you could get into a job where you get paid commission, you start getting closer to having control of your financial success. And then number 3, salespeople should be the most revered people in the world because they drive entire economies. Nothing big happens on this planet without a salesperson. No big message gets promoted without a salesperson. No big deal gets done without a salesperson. Nothing happens without salespeople. So this is just a very introductory, foundational show on selling. If you know that you're not where you need to be right now, if you know that sales is a way for you to get where you want to go and you want to collapse time and you want to get it done faster, Cardone University is a program that we've had for a few years now. It's our best-selling product. We sell it for hundreds of thousands of dollars to companies. Up until about 2 weeks ago, it cost $10,000 a year to buy access to it. 10 grand for one person. At the beginning of this year, we decided we were going to flip the model. We wanted to open it up for everybody. We believe that this information can change people, it can change lives, it can change the country. So we are opening it up to everybody. It's only $99 a month to get access to it. It's the most expansive sales curriculum on the internet today. And you get access to Cardone U Connect, which is a Facebook community to help you along the way. Our target is to get you to there faster. You can have more fun doing it, more happiness, live the life that you want to live. This is Young Hustlers, and remember, the only people
cannot say I want to help you in this webinar, show you how to increase your income, how to find customers that Who does the best webinars in the world? Grant Cardone does, and everybody knows it. If you don't have